roof overlay is the process of installing a second layer of roofing material over an existing roof. Ideally, you would do a roof overlay over an existing roof when a couple conditions are met. One, you've scanned the existing roof and you've determined where all the moisture is. Typically, people only replace roofs that are leaking. The scan gives you the details to tell you how well they've maintained their roof. So that will tell you if maybe you only have a few percentage of the square footage that's actually wet or damaged. And you could rip out them sections of roofing, replace the insulation, and then you have an ideal roofing situation. Where you get in trouble on re-roofing is if you roof over wet or damaged insulation, because you're depending on that substrate underneath your new roof to support it. When you go up and you assess somebody's roof to do an overlay, well, first you're going to ask them, where's all your problem areas? And so you're going to want to go and check out each one of their problem areas. Why is this area a problem? Is it actually the roof that's a problem? Is it a wall that's a problem? Is it a penetration, an HVAC unit? Is it the coping that's a problem? You want to try to determine what has caused this. Because sometimes the roof itself may never have failed. They may have damaged it themselves. Well, if you're going to put a new roof on there, you're going to want to know how you can mitigate that damage moving forward so you don't end up in the same position as what they have. Is all their damage next to the roof hatch because they've gotten out of the roof hatch and they have nothing to protect their roof for a landing? Or do they have a superstructure out there and they welded on the roof or beat up their roof in some way? And do they leave a lot of debris on their roof? The roof will tell you the story of how it's taken care of over its life, especially if you know where it's leaking, and then you can start to see that assemble itself. You can always add more insulation as long as your structure can handle it. So ideally, you would add insulation at the cost of energy these days. And typically, if you are doing a roof overlay, you're probably overlaying a roof that is 15 to 20 years old, that is likely not insulated very well or insulated with organic types of insulation that have lower R value per inch of thickness. The roof overlays are all fairly similar. The things you look at is what type of decking is it? Can it be mechanically fastened? Is it a twin T concrete structure which may need to be fully adhered? How are the walls flashed? Are they high? Do you need a lot of parapet flashings? And then you start looking at how many penetrations and how the roof is laid out. Does it drain properly? What type of drainage does it have? A roof with a lot of penetrations is going to cause the price to go up because you have a lot of things you have to flash around. And then you also have to consider that most commercial roofs can't be done in one day. So you have to have points in that roof where you can tie it in for overnight inclement weather.